Alright, so now let's see if my experiment worked, how easy it is to get this glue separated from it. Remember, I sprayed these together. Let's use a sharper blade. That worked alright. It's so tight though, gotta be careful not to break the tips off or anything. Can't hardly see where the seam is. There we go. I chipped it a little bit there, but I can fix that. It's just, you risk damaging your piece a little bit more, gluing it like that. But I think that's the better way to go. I don't know. A little bit of practice on technique, I can probably put the glue on so it's at the right thickness and won't overly attach it and break it off at the end. But that worked okay. Alright, now we'll assemble the piece and see what it looks like. Okay, a few minutes ago I sprayed all my pieces with this Oops stuff. It's called Amazing Remover for getting glue and junk off of different things. It kind of works okay. There's some other products that seem to be better, but I've got this and the other one's empty. And so I'm going to try and get this double-sided tape that I stuck on all this stuff off, and I sprayed it, and I guess it's coming off. Yeah, it's coming off pretty good. I don't know. I'll have to keep trying them both here to see which I prefer, just spraying it and then prying the pieces apart, or just what. Alright, and then, well anyway, that seemed to come off pretty clean. I got to pick at it a little bit more. And this is the paper template I put on. This I always spray, and that should come right off. Yeah, that came off alright. Another one. And this is another one with that tape. Yeah, it's coming off. This is that piece I need to sand down some more. And I messed up the edge. Yeah, that's terrible. Some more of that double-sided tape. Still leaves a sticky residue on my hands. It's coming. The downside of the glue, and let's see if I can find which one it is when I was prying this one off, this was one I glued earlier with the spray adhesive, and separating, I broke the tip off of that, which I thought about making another star, but I think I'll just leave it. Maybe it'll give it character. And when these things get all assembled, it'll be hard to pick out that one anyway. Since I'm going to paint these things green, pine tree green of some kind, I don't think I sprayed that. The imperfections will probably be mostly hidden because the color will cover it. And then I'm going to splotch it with some, oh look at that, it just came right off there. Then I'm going to splotch it with white droplets and different things to give it a pine tree out in the woods effect. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. I got one more piece I got to cut out, which we'll do now. So you can see these are cleaning up pretty nice. After all that double-sided tape, it's a little bit of a hassle, but I think, you know, with practice and time, the best method will become apparent. But I'll tell you, this is the way you got to do it if you want to mass-produce things to make any money. If you're interested in doing that, or making a lot of anything, stack it and cut it and then separate it, and you got 3 or 4, whatever it is. this is all just one project. Okay, I'm going to go make the base. It's a 2x2 thing I got to cut round, and cutting it round is going to be a real trick. Let's go watch that. Okay, I've got this the base template on there. And I'm going to just cut this out. I'm just going to cut it out, and then we'll come back and do the round part. We'll watch that. Okay, I've started cutting the round part out here. This will be the base. Cutting round things is hard, because you got to be constantly turning in a consistent manner. And the danger is having to cut back and then you end up with a flat spot and it's not round anymore. This is going okay. There goes the paper. Once this is all done, I'll piece it together, glue it, and then spray paint it all at one time. I could paint the individual pieces and then assemble it. That just seems like a lot of extra work, and a lot of it you won't be able to see anyway, so I think assembling it first and then painting it is the way to go. Now I got to drill a hole through this thing too. Like we're about done. Alright, let's see. Zoom back a little bit. And take it easy on myself there. I guess that's sort of round. I mean, I'm not going to use it in a ball bearing on the space shuttle or anything, so it doesn't have to be too exact. And once it gets painted up, who cares? Okay, this thing wasn't marked. This base wasn't marked with a center point, so I had to draw as close as approximation as I could where I think the center is, and that's about it. It's close enough. But they don't want you to cut all the way through the bottom. So I preset this thing to just drill part way down. I can raise the table and I can adjust how far this thing will go down. And we'll drill it. We'll see how it works. It's not the end of the world, I don't think, if it were to go all the way through, but just try and do it the way they want. It's always a fun thing to do. It's nice having that setting because I can't go any further than what this thing is set to do. I don't have to worry about cutting through it. I'm wiggling it now just to make sure I get the maximum space in the thing. Not max, but just a little bit more than what it called for, so I can be sure the wood center fits through. All right, let's stick it together and see how it looks.